And the time is just 9:30 and you're listening to 94.1 3WBC, and we live on the knife's edge here, Ray Summers from Whitehorse Neighbourhood Watch, don't we?
We do indeed, Peter. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you, and welcome back. I hope you enjoyed your sabbatical. I was going to say sabbatical. Well, I suppose it is in a sense a sabbatical, isn't it? Your holiday.
I didn't have much of a rest. We've both returned, spent all our money.
Yeah, well, I didn't spend a lot of it, but you know where I'm going with that.
Right. No speeding fines.
No.
And we both didn't suffer from not knowing the football scores.
No, you've got that right.
And I checked this morning, North's just in the 8, Carlton's just out of the 8, and I guess your last visitor, Aussie George, he would be excited because I think Melbourne has a possibility of being in the 8.
They are looking pretty jolly good.
Yes,
so
they'd be pretty happy.
Roosy's plan is starting to come together, I think. He said it was going to take a while, and I reckon he's living
even
up to
suggested that North Melbourne ought to look at Roosie. We seem to stumble when we get to, 6, 7 and 8, and that's where we end. We don't go any further.
Okay.
So anyway, who knows? It'll all happen.
Well, it'll all happen, and who knows what's going to happen with the Gold Coast Suns right now. They've got to be in a bit of strife coach-wise up there. I reckon they'll be taking a second look at him. Well, they've lost 6 on the trot now. So.
Oh, well, North lost about 9 on the trot, didn't they?
Yeah, it's always the poor old coach.
Yes, blame the coach.
Blame the coach.
And I guess who's Cloak going to be playing with next year?
Well, there's a good question.
Yeah.
They say, and the voices at Collingwood say that no, his services will be retained, but does Clokey want to be retained? He keeps getting pushed
in that
around
environment. He wants to, but I'm sure he doesn't want to play in the seconds for life.
No, I wouldn't think so.
No.
But he is a Collingwood player, so who cares, really? I don't. Let's be honest.
Now, that's not been nice. But we've got to stick up for Melbourne.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah,
we do.
Peter, while you and I have been absent, theft from motor vehicles along with residential burglaries are on the increase in Whitehorse. From last Monday, the 8th of August, till mid-September, just before the school holidays, Neighbourhood Watch and the Victoria Police will complete extra crime prevention field activities in Whitehorse in an effort to stem the tide. Now, coming from Blackburn, and I didn't think this happened in Blackburn, the latest area to be under attack is Blackburn. East of Blackburn Road between the railway line, Norton Grove, and all the streets north to Central Road and to Lake Road. This area on Monday, the 8th of August, was targeted by Neighbourhood Watch and Victoria Police. And another area that's got caught on fire with this disease, the area along the south, area is south and north of Coonung Creek on the boundary of Whitehorse and Manningham. So I guess the robbers are not fussed which side of the creek you live.
No, and it's not around railway stations
No,
either,
it's
or
not.
bus stations or anything like that, is it?
I had wondered whether the rise was due to the fact that the railway crossing in Blackburn Road was closed over the school holidays. Who knows? But that was something that happened. So that's what Neighbourhood Watch is doing with the Victoria Police.
Good on you.
We've got in an extra 5 activities, I think it is, over the next 5 weeks, because they can see areas starting to boil. Now, further. So that's one task we're doing. And another visit is on Thursday. We've got that activity. Wednesday, the 7th of September, Neighbourhood Watch will conduct its annual community meeting at the Avenue Church, corner of Blackburn Road and the Avenue. Keynote speaker will be His Honour, Michael Strong, President of the Neighbourhood Watch Victoria, and he will present 30-year certificates to 40 Neighbourhood Watch volunteers who started in Whitehorse in 1985 or 86.
I can barely remember that far back.
Can you remember what happened in 86? And I noted some things. The Space Shuttle Challenger explodes, killing all 7 crew.
Yes.
Former British Prime Minister Winston Churchill died. 17-year-old apprentice plumber John Farnham became lead singer in Melbourne band Strings Unlimited.
Well done. I'm not familiar with that part of
No,
Farnsy's
that
history, I must say.
Police raided a Melbourne bookshop and seized copies of The Trial of Lady Chatterley,
For goodness sake.
and now you can probably buy the book for about $1 in any good bookshop.
That's right.
And the film Crocodile Dundee was released in cinemas.
Oh, my goodness.
So that's going back a long time.
I certainly remember the release of
Yeah.
Crocodile
Can you
Dundee.
remember what car you were driving 30 years ago? There's another test. Really close to home.
I think it was a Ford Fairmont, but I'm not sure. 30 years.
If you go back 30 years ago,
Yeah, Ford
60
Fairmont,
or,
I think.
60 or 70% of us owned a Ford or a Holden.
That's right. That's right. Wasn't
Now
much
it's only about
competition
6 or 7% of us owned a Ford or a Holden. We've had our AGM, and that was held last Wednesday. I will continue for one more year as chairman, but this will be a year of change for Neighbourhood Watch. Our workload is increasing. We need more leaders for the different activities. Growth in 2015-16 has been huge. An example is crime prevention field activities. In 2015 were 10 sessions. This year it will be 20 plus. And in actual fact,
Oh, good. That's
if
a
we
lot.
delete the school holidays, we're doing one every fortnight.
Yeah, that's fairly intensive,
Whereas
isn't it?
last year it was one a month.
And of course, you're relying on volunteers.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's a regular team of about 60 who roster themselves around.
Gosh, that's good. That's good to have those sorts of numbers,
Yes.
I think.
And what's more, the police recognise the benefits of this. They provide the transport. We all meet at the old Nunawading station. Park there. Parking is quite reasonable. And they provide the transport.
Well, they throw in the back of a divvy van or something.
Absolutely. And I laugh at one guy, I won't mention his name. No, I'll keep his name under wraps.
Oh, please. Yeah, we don't want to be sued.
Because he's also a goal umpire.
Oh, I bet he cops a lot of stick over that
Yes.
then.
But in actual fact, one of the field umpires is also in the police department. So they see one another. He's not our volunteer. But he regularly gets phone calls from his mates. He's on his Pat Malone. And one morning we're in the police van going from A to B, and his friend says, "Now, where are you?" I'll have to call him Fred. That's not his name.
Okay.
"Where are you, Fred?" "Oh," he said, "I'm in the police van." "What the hell are you doing in the police?" And can you imagine the story? And he's that sort of fella. "Well, when are you going to get out of there?" "Oh," he said, "we've got to go for coffee, and then they'll drop me up to the Nunawading police station. That's where they usually take me and drop me off. I've served my time."
I love it.
He just goes along with that. Something that comes with winter, residential fires.
Yes.
In the period June to July, there were 7 in Whitehorse, and it says only at an average cost of $6,000. Well, that wasn't much. But is critical is that we had 7 fires because of the winter period.
Yes.
And in the same period, the MFB have attended 253 fires in Melbourne. And the cause of most of them is electrical and unattended cooking. And I suppose coming up third would be candles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, surprising. We burn scented candles occasionally around the
Yeah.
place just to freshen the air up a bit. No, I must say we're always very particular.
Yes.
Make sure those candles are out before we go to bed.
And I suppose the other I think of is drying washing
Oh,
too close
over
to
a
the
heater.
heater. Yeah.
Oh, that's deadly, isn't it?
Yes, that is.
Literally.
Now, moving on, and this still hasn't stopped, stolen number plates. While it continues in Whitehorse, I noticed that, and it was brought to my attention, it's raging in areas of Knox, Maroondah, Upper Yarra and throughout the Dandenongs. So if you see somebody else's number plate on your car and it's in a robbery, you know where the plates have come from. Our next Operation Safe Plate Day is at Bunnings, Vermont South, on Saturday the 22nd of October. And these very special screws that are used for number plates are available for a gold coin donation at both Forest Hill and Box Hill police stations. And the police also run a community day at the Box Hill Shopping Centre. It's late in the month. I'm not sure what day it is, but the screws are available at that as well.
Okay.
I think it's staffed by 2 or 3 or 4 police officers,
Yes.
and it's just them being out in the community,
Yes.
and they have the screws and other things available.
great idea. Should do it. And that's reminded me, I noticed that there's a screw missing from my number plate. Only a screw missing, it's just fallen out over time. But it reminded me that I must do something about putting those safe screws in my number plates. So that's been a timely reminder. But your next one is coming up at Bunnings, Vermont South, Saturday the 22nd of October. So
yes.
Don't miss it.
Don't miss out. Now, I'm a little ahead of myself. Just a couple of numbers for your listeners. Neighbourhood Watch Whitehorse email is, I got a Whitehorse at nhw.com.au. And if you want a copy of our e-news, which is still flowing well, you can get it from there. Our postal address, Post Office Box 5005, Laburnum. Our phone number, 0418 596831. Box Hill, the couple of numbers that we don't hear, I'll cover with three. Box Hill Police Station, 24-hour station, 88 92 3200, and Forest Hill Police Station is 88 47 3600, and probably very important, Crime Stoppers, 1800 333 000. Peter, I think I'm just about done. Good to be back.
Oh, it's good to see you back, Ray.
I noticed in our note, I think I suggested my next holiday was going to be Lilydale. I wouldn't have much travelling.
No, I think that's a good plan.
You like that?
I do.
And you thought you might travel to Blackburn to see what the mates' rates were like.
At your place. Yeah. Look, we don't require too much, you know. Just a bed and a bathroom, and that just about covers.
We
our
are
needs,
very
really.
fortunate. When we go away, we have friends from up south, or Barrel, that area of New South Wales, and they always stay at our place for a period in the middle.
Oh, that's handy.
Yes.
Ah, that works out well.
My friend is a railway freak, and he goes up and down every train line and all that.
Yeah.
His wife is a shop to your drop.
Oh, that's dangerous.
No, doesn't buy anything, just looks.
Oh, I like that.
You like that?
Has she been specially trained?
And you can see that neither of them travel together. Neither is interested in the other one's activity.
No, I
But
know.
it's very good to have housekeepers in while we're away.
Yeah, very good plan. That's terrific.
Yes.
Well, thank you, Ray. It's always lovely to see you again. And I will say, come on, shin boners. Let's hope things improve for you blokes.
But if neither of us make it, Melbourne's not a bad choice.
No, I reckon that's all right.
And I agree with Aussie George and yourself. As long as Collingwood lose, we're all okay. So apologies to the Collingwood supporters.
No apology.
No apology.
No. And the time we'll see you next month, and look forward to
I'm
it.
going to negotiate there. I think I might have another. I need another little mini rest after the holiday. Don't you feel that way?
As a matter of fact, I did. We drove for the entire trip, which was around about 3,500 kilometres. And I must say, when I got back, I thought I need to lie down for a while. It was pretty hard.
My
going.
brain was dead for about 3 days afterwards. God, I could not think.
It's hard. You've got in your case, you had international time lag and all that sort of thing. Very, very difficult.
And
to
I
cope
don't handle that very
with.
well.
Don't handle it well. No. Well, perhaps if you had more practice, Ray, you'd be all right. If you stayed out there the whole time, just cruising.
Just keep.
Be good, wouldn't it? See you next month.
Thank you, Peter. Indeed, and we will.
16 minutes before 10 o'clock.